What's up, everybody? It's your girl Nia, the video gamer, and I wanted to talk to you guys about Captain Toad. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. When I first heard about Captain Toad, I was pissed. Not pissed because there's another game coming out. I'm never upset about new games, but I'm just really annoyed at Nintendo's emphasis on Mushroom Kingdom characters. Like, I am so tired of the Mushroom Kingdom universe. Like, am I the only one who feels like that? I am legitimately tired of the Mushroom Kingdom universe. Like, I just am. And that's not to say that I didn't enjoy 3D World. I loved 3D World, and that's coming from somebody who doesn't really rock with Mario like that. I absolutely adored 3D World, and I enjoyed Captain Toad as well. I mean, I understand that the Mushroom Kingdom is Nintendo's bread and butter, but I just really wish that they would start leaning on some of their other IPs as well. Like, imagine if Captain Toad had the same level design and everything that it has, but the ice climbers instead were the main stars of the show instead of the toads. I would go so crazy for that. But anyway, I wouldn't really call this a review because it's not really organized and I'm just talking off the dome right now. But if I were to give my thoughts about Captain Toad, I would say this. First and foremost, the game is absolutely gorgeous. I underestimated this game when they first announced it and they showed some screenshots and a couple of trailers and everything. But when I saw it for myself in person, I couldn't point out one flaw in the game's visuals. Not that I usually do that anyway, because I don't really have a good eye when it comes down to judging visuals in games. But I can say that Captain Toad looks like a movie. Like, real talk, I felt like I was playing a movie. Like I was watching a movie. It looks almost Pixar quality. Like, there's no jaggies. The lighting is gorgeous. The shadows are on par. The particle effects are great. Everything in Captain Toad is just absolutely gorgeous. Very beautiful game. As far as the gameplay is concerned, I was not expecting much. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I wasn't expecting anything from this game. You know, to me, I felt that it was just another game to play. You know, it was just something to add to the Wii U library. And I picked it up simply because I do like puzzle games. It's one of my favorite genres. There's much more to this game than just puzzles. You know, there are some speed runs in this game. Like, there was some parts of the game, some stages that had like speed boosts on every corner so that you're zooming to the end of the level to get to the star. There were some bonus levels where, you know, you're just traversing the land to make it to the end that were inspired by your save data, your game data from 3D World if you have 3D World. There were some boss battles, epic boss battles in this game, and there were some segments in the game where you have an opportunity to get extra lives by using either a multiplier cherry or whatever you call that, where you turn into multiple U's, and then the pickaxe. There's this really, you know, special power-up pickaxe that you use that's essentially like the hammer from Smash Bros. It's like, you know how it goes. You break through things to get coins and get to golden mushrooms and things like that to up your lives and up your coins. There's a lot of detail put into the gameplay. Like I said, you know, it's not all puzzles, and there are some puzzles that are really difficult. There were some puzzles that I was on for a good minute before I figured them out. But I'm just really impressed by the variety in gameplay in that game. Let's see. And another thing that I really enjoyed about Captain Toad was the fact that they gave Toadette and Toad like their own. How do I say this without spoiling? You know what? F it, I'ma spoil it. How they gave Toadette and Toad their own paths in the 3rd episodes. There's 3 episodes in the game. I guess they're like on the opposite side of the world or something, and then they eventually link up together at the end in the very last boss battle. And that was interesting. I thought that was really interesting to kind of see the different Toads' perspectives. And also going back to the boss battles, the only thing about the boss battles that I could say was underwhelming was the fact that it was the same bosses for each episode. For example, I know you guys have seen the pictures. There's the dragon, and then there's the bird Wingo as the bosses in Captain Toad. And you approach both of those bosses in every episode. And in each episode, they vary in the obstacles that it takes you to make it to the end of the level, and they vary in the way that the bosses might do things. For example, the bird Wingo, he switches it up. Every time you see him, you know, he switches it up. The same thing goes for the dragon. I'm sorry, I don't really remember his name. But just the level design in that game is absolutely insane. Like, only a crazy person would think to make the levels as crazy as they are. But overall, Captain Toad is a solid game. Very, very solid. And it's so much more than meets the eye, you know. And I think that sometimes as gamers, we kind of get caught up into only wanting blockbuster games that can be contested for Game of the Year, but and in the process we overlook games like Captain Toad that are just meant to be fun, just meant to be, you know, something to make you smile and something to add to your collection. Do I think that Captain Toad should have been DLC to 3D World? No. I think that Captain Toad does enough to stand out on its own as its own game. Would I say that it's one of the greatest games on the Wii U ever? No. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I do believe that it's a solid game. And since I played it for myself, I can say that it is actually a solid game. After actually playing it and beating it, and there's still so much content in the game that I have not finished, because not only are you making it to the end of each level to get to the star, but there's gems you have to collect. There's golden mushrooms to collect. Every page in every chapter, every episode has some type of objective that you can find or use to 100% that stage. For example, you know, every stage has 3 gems. Every stage has a star. But some stages require that you do something like find the golden mushroom, make it past the Shy Guys without getting caught, make it through the stage without defeating a single enemy, things like that, to help you kind of stay on the game a little bit longer. And not to mention the bonus levels that you get from completing certain tasks in episodes 1 through 3, and from your save data. Like I said, based on the save data that you have on your 3D world determines what stages you get to have unlocked in the bonus levels, which is a really good incentive to keep playing and see what you're gonna unlock next. So if you've played it, tell me your thoughts in the comment section. To those of you who haven't played it but maybe want to or on the fence, feel free to discuss as well. But those are my thoughts about Captain Toad. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you later. Peace.